Welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Razzle48 here. Welcome to the Zefra deck profile for November 2015. This is the one everyone wants to see. This is the deck I posted an OTK video with. It has changed quite a bit since the last format, and that's all well and fine. I talked about some updates in my scrap video, but if you don't care, so you could go watch that if you want to. Scrap deck profile for the 2015 format, but you didn't come here to talk about scraps. You came here to talk about these guys. So 3 secret, that hasn't changed. 3 treasure, that hasn't changed. I explained a lot of this in my previous video for the Zefra deck for the July format, so you can go watch that if you want me to explain some of these in more detail, like some of these card choices, because the focus of the deck is still the same. Hence we're running the 3 Plica and 3 Windy, as previously stated. Still running the 2 Flame Beast and the 1 Sword Master. You know how it works. Still running these guys. This guy is still your OTK card, but here's where the changes start coming. And I only run 2 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon now. And for a time, I took like all of these out completely to like test other things, because Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon did seem slow, but this card's great in this deck. It lets you search things out. It still lets you pendulum summon like your level 3s if you have it on the right, and your level 5s and 6s if you have it on the left, which is your Flame Beasts and your secrets. And also, this card is an OTK piece now. I'll talk to y'all about that later. Hello there, Razzle48 here. I'm just making this real quick because I realized that I did not include the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon variant of the OTK that I was talking about when I did this deck profile. So real quick, I'm going to show y'all what that's all about. Okay, so let's assume you have 2 scales. Like, it's very similar to the Blue Eyes one in a lot of ways. So you have these 2 scales, and you have your treasure, your Plica, and your secret in your hand somewhere. I'm sorry, I'm holding the camera instead of having it on the tripod this time. It's kind of bootleg. So, get all this crap out of here. So you got these 3 dudes in your hand, and you got these scales on the field. You pendulum summon them, just like you would for the previous combo that I mentioned in the previous deck profile. Treasure makes Plica a tuner, and secret lets you search out your field spell. So let me just find a copy of the field spell here. There we go. And just making sure I do this right. You play the field spell, and you search out. Where's Zefra Core? He's somewhere in this pile of cards, somewhere in this deck. Darn, I should have been more organized when I did this. No matter. Here he is. So you search him out. You sink. This goes to your bottom of the deck. This goes to the top of the extra deck. You know how it works. You sink into your bloody effing Metaphysaurus. There you go. You negate whatever you need to negate, and you steal their dude. So let's say that this is a dude that you're stealing. It's my raw sphere mode, but let's say it's something else, just for the sake of argument. Oracle lets you put anything you want on the top of your deck. So you want to put the Odd Eyes on the top of the deck. So now, you're gonna stack these 2, and you want to go into your Utopia Beyond. And this is gonna reduce everything's attack to 0. Oracle will activate, letting you draw your Odd Eyes and pitch your Zefra Core. And Zefra Core's effect will let you special this Flame Beast. And then you're gonna tribute the dude you stole and the Flame Beast for Odd Eyes, and you're gonna run Odd Eyes into a monster whose attack is now reduced to 0, and Odd Eyes does double battle damage if it battles a monster. So that's 5,000 in their face. And then when Utopia Beyond runs into another monster, that's 8,000. And so that is the new OTK that I'm using now that I took out Blue Eyes for Yamata Dragon. So now back to the video. You use this instead of Blue Eyes now. You're probably already understanding why. But we'll get to it later. Here's the one that crossed at Brio. The poor guy did get limited, so we're only running the 1, but it is still a good searcher. So we're still running it. Still the 2 Kuraz, because he's still a great guy. But instead of the Blue Eyes, I'm running this guy now. Check it out. Yamata Dragon. You know what this guy does? This guy lets you draw 5. Like, also, he's like 3,100 defense. So, it's like if I have two Zefras on the field whose effects I've already used, who I don't need, tribute them both, set it. They don't know what to do. That's a thing with 3,100 defense that's face down. They're probably going to run into it with a construct or something, thinking they can beat it. Lol, nope, let me draw 5. It doesn't actually let you draw 5. Sometimes it does. Like, you could read the effect. Let you draw until you have 5 cards in your hand if it does battle damage. 2,600 attack, 3,100 defense. So usually I set it face down, wait for him to run into it. Because they ain't getting over 3,100 defense easily. It ain't gonna happen. 3 Oracle, 2 Terraforming. I don't know if I was running 2 Terraforming before, but it is necessary to have the field spells, even with 3 Secrets. Is this shit all fusion? Yeah. All fusion's a thing that's run. Is the Raigeki. I said in my previous deck profile that Raigeki is bad that format. It was bad that format. This format, it's not. I explained this in my scrap deck profile already, but here's the quick rundown. Shadal's got hit hard. Quill's got hit hard. Burning Abyss got hit a tad bit. But the point is that all the decks that laughed in the face of Raigeki got hit effing hard. And so I am running it now, even though, like, Yosenjus are still a thing. Even though, Cosmos... Or rising in the ranks, the evil of the cosmos is upon us. Raigeki ain't gonna do diddly dick against those fags. But that's the reason that I run Raigeki, is because, like, a lot of the decks that laughed in its face are gone, even if Teller Knights is still here. But you can Raigeki Teller Knights. They're not as bad as those other decks. Here's 3 Echo Oscillation. This'll never change. That's a good card. Here's the 2 Fiendish Chain. Some trap lineup change. I still run the Warning, the Torrential, and the Bottomless. But hey, guess what I got now? I'm also running this Horn of Heaven. Because like I said, a lot of times I get monsters on the field I don't need. So I'm like, boop, look, it's a solid equivalent of a Warning. I'm running this Divine Strike. I didn't like this card before because this card wastes your resources. I tested it at 2. I didn't like it at 2. So now I'm running it at 1. I wouldn't be running this at all if it wasn't for the fact I could search it out with Secret when I'm out of Oracles on the deck. But you can search it out with Secret, and you can get rid of, like, the things you don't need. Like, if you have a Flame Beast in your extra deck, you don't need that crap. Get it out of here. Stop something you don't want to happen. Change Fate. And I am running Vanities because it's a staple. I explained that in my scraps. Now, before we go to, you know what? No, let's do the extra deck before the side deck. I didn't have a side deck in my scraps video. I don't run a side deck in that. I'm probably stupid, but hey, you know, whatever. I'm running the Wendigo and the Shekinaga. Construct is banned. Eno Utilis and Winda are in the side deck. So there you go. That explains it. 2 Metaphys Horus, still. Moonlight Rose, Yazi, still. Like, if you want to hear the reasoning for this, look at the, video for this deck profile back in July. I explained a lot of it there. Scrap Dragon. Ignister. This is a cool guy. This guy caught my eye, and I looked at those requirements, and I'm like, whoa, that's a better Scrap Dragon, and I can run it in Zefras, and so I'm running it in Zefras. Basically, it's a Scrap Dragon, but instead of it destroying their thing, it bounces to deck. Has to be face up, though, so that's a minus, but hey, you know, F you, Teller Knights. Hot Red Dragon Arcfiend. I don't know if I was running this before. This card's great. This card helped me, the other day. Like, Dark Worlds opened really good against me. They got 3 Graph on the field turn 1. Then I'm like, then I had, like, a not-so-good hand. I had Treasure, and I had Flame Beast, and I Pendulum summoned them. I made Flame Beast a tuner, thinking I was gonna go into one of these guys, and then I'm like, oh, wait, I got this guy. And I was like, boom, your field's gone, you douchebag. So there. You got that, you know, Trish. Very easily made in this deck. Gigantic Castle. You do get Treasure and Secret out on the field. And sometimes you need a Beat Stick. And the same rank 6 lineup. You know why it's a rank 6 lineup. I explained this before. Go watch my old video. You know, plug in for videos within a video. The side deck has changed a bit. I'm running this. I threw this in the main deck for a joke. But then I, like, tributed 3 dudes on Necroz, and I'm like, here, hold these nuts. And they're like, oh, well, crap, and then they quit. It was great. I'm running the 2 Wavering Eyes. I took out the 3rd because, you know, Quills aren't as much of a thing now. I may put it back in because of Magispectors, but because of Utopia Beyond, I don't see myself having all that much problem with Magispectors in all actuality. At least not with this deck. Scraps may be like, oh, God, Magispectors, but not here. 3 MST because back row is a pain in the anus. Here's a Compulse. I took this out of main because it's not universally good. Like Yosenjus, it won't work. Well, a lot of things don't work against Steph and Yosenjus. But, like, there are plenty of decks where this isn't working. You know what I'm talking about. I'm running the Soul Drain because, you know, people still run Shadowls in Burning Abyss. I'm also running 2 Mind Drain. You want to know why? Psy-frames. Those guys are abominations to the human race. So I want to stop them. Hard. Yeah. I also run this Mirror Force. Here's something. 2 Chthonian Polymer for heroes. I'm like, oh, that's a nice Dark Law you got there. It'd be a shame if he was a spy. Yeah, and then I steal him. It's great. And then I run the 2 Shaddoll fusions. I side this in against Burning Abyss. I side this in against Nekraz, which I don't need anymore. But, you know, there's other things that these guys can be sided in against. So, that's good. That's it. That's the deck profile. If you want to hear some explanations for it, or for my scrap deck profile that I didn't explain, then they're probably in the old deck lists on my channel. So y'all can go watch them, the ones for July. Thank you for watching. And, you know, put in the comments, tell me my deck's good, tell me my deck's bad, tell me if you want to see my deck in some duel videos, like that OTK video I just posted. Tell me if you want to see some Let's Plays, and if you do, probably tell me what to Let's Play, because right now I don't really want to Let's Play anything that I own anyway. So for now, this is Razzle48 saying goodbye, and I'll see you next time.